channel. My name is Ashmita and I hope you all are doing well, and today's video is very special. This is the Q&A that all of you have been asking and requesting. So yes, I'll try and take most of your questions. I have the questions with me. I've written it down. There were certain repeated questions, but I'll try and take most of your questions because you guys told me you don't mind a little longer videos. So let's make this fun. I don't have the B album here because it's in front of me. I will answer your questions and I'll probably I'll look at few photographs and be happy. Like, okay, sorry, no, I'll not let him distract me this time. Alright, so let's start with the Q&A. Okay, so the first question, this was really interesting, so I want to take this up first. Did you receive any hate from your friends or cousins just because you like K-pop? I'm asking this question because I've experienced this, and first of all, I'm really sorry that you have received sort of hate comments just because you like something. I agree that K-pop as a music genre, it's pop. It's basically pop. There is no separate genre as K-pop. It's just Korean pop, and it's not everyone's cup of tea because a lot of people feel like because of the language barrier, they don't find such music interesting, or they wouldn't give it a try. But they know, I think a lot of people now know what is K-pop and the obsession that is happening. So I'm really sorry, first of all, that you have received such negative comments just because you like K-pop. For me, no, I have not experienced it from anybody, at least from the people who know that I love K-pop. Not everybody knows in my circle that I love K-pop so much, but whoever knows, they know that I love it. But I have not, seen any negative comments coming from them. Probably the only thing they say that, okay, you seem too obsessed with K-pop, which is fine, which is really not negative. I mean, I love it so much, but it's fine. Okay, second question. This is a common question which I saw many of you ask. Which is my favorite BTS song? It's so difficult, man. It's so difficult to choose a favorite because all of their songs are such bangers. At least I know I've still not listened to their entire discography, but most of their songs I love all their songs. But I think which is close to my heart would be Fake Love. That's my forever BTS song because that is the song that got me into BTS, got me into K-pop. So that song is always going to be special for me. So yes, if you ask me what is your favorite song, then yes, I would probably choose Fake Love. Taeyang is so beautiful. I cannot get over this photograph. It's so pretty. Look at the guy. Oh my god. This is so beautiful. Okay, moving on. So another question which was very commonly asked was, what are my hobbies? I have many hobbies. I love to draw, I love sketching, and I love to dance. I like singing along, though I have a horrible voice. You guys keep telling me that no, your voice is good, but honestly, trust me, it's not good. But yes, I love reading novels, fiction. I really love reading novels. So in my free time, I usually read novels or watch movies. Now I watch a lot of content because of course I do reviews also, and I'm mostly on YouTube because I'm reacting to so much stuff. But yes, otherwise I love sketching, I love reading. Okay, next question commonly asked is that what have I studied, what are my educational qualifications? So I've done my engineering, and I've done it from Karnataka in Manipal, and I have done my MBA from Mumbai here in Mumbai University in marketing. So yes, those are my qualifications. Also, a lot of you asked me where I live. I live in Mumbai. Did you guys notice I've put that thing? I put that poster, huh? I think you won't be able to see the full poster, but I'll show you at the end, huh? I'll show you at the end of the video how it's looking. I can't choose a photo card to put up. There are so many photo cards, but I think, I don't know, like Jimin's photo card it turned out to be like my favorite because I think it's because of the flowers. I don't know if it's visible. Ah, so beautiful. All of them are so beautiful. Okay, moving on. Which K-dramas or K-movies have you watched so far? So the first K-drama that I ever watched was Hwarang. Of course, because of Tae, but I fell in love with Sujun. And then it was followed by Itaewon Class. And recently I finished Kingdom. Now I'm thinking which one to watch. You guys can suggest me. K-movies, there are many. I've actually watched a lot of K-movies, though I can't remember all the names right now. But the famous ones which I can remember are, of course, Parasite. I've watched Okja, I have watched Train to Busan. There was one more movie that I recently watched on Netflix, which was very interesting. That it was again a zombie movie. I think they're really good at making zombie movies, where there were two, like the protagonists, who they were living in the opposite building next to each other, and so they were, and the zombies were down, so they had to survive that zombie apocalypse. That was very interesting to watch. Do you have a pet? No, I do not have a pet, but I love dogs. From where did you start listening to K-pop? It's because of you guys only. When I started my YouTube channel, I had no idea what K-pop was, or I had never thought that I would end up opening a second channel for K-pop. But some of the viewers, one of you only suggested me to react to K-pop, and I ended up listening to BTS first, and that's how I started listening to K-pop. Hardest K-pop choreo for you. So what I've noticed is that BTS has the most difficult choreographies. That's what I've noticed. And out of their choreographies, I found Blood, Sweat and Tears the most difficult to cover. Okay, now this question is really interesting, and I'm really glad. Thank you for asking this. I'm going to read it out. What is your opinion about the fact that mostly Indians hate K-pop for their soft masculinity, and they think every BTS fan is a minor and crazy fangirl without even listening to their songs, which I think is wrong. Some fans really get a lot of hate and judged if they say they like K-pop. So this is very, very interesting, and I think this question deserves a separate video on the unnecessary hate that BTS gets. And because specifically I would let me talk about the Indian scenario and the Indian male fans. Indian male fans get also bashed a lot if they like BTS or if they like K-pop. Honestly, I won't blame them, because they are really not exposed to different cultures of the world. And another thing is that they are not open to get exposed to different types of cultures in the world, because being a man in India has a very different meaning, that you have to be macho, you have to be a little aggressive, you have to be the cool dude, with the big hair, and the Virat Kohli image is what people think that a man is like, with muscles and everything, like Hrithik Roshan. Those are the role models, Salman Khan. So I don't blame the Janta per se, because our role models are only like that. When they call somebody gay, they think that it is an insult. They don't understand the difference between a sexual preference and an insult. Calling somebody gay is not an insult. Being gay or being a lesbian or a bi is a sexual preference that you are born with. So for me, honestly, if you ask me, if the other person is a little open-minded, I'll probably try and explain it to this person. But if he or she is not that open-minded, then I'll not even bother, because it'll be like banging your head against a wall. So I think you shouldn't give importance to such people at all. Namjoon loves to kill me, huh? He just loves it. He just loves it. I literally forget to breathe, huh? This is not okay. Armies, I need a solution. Okay, next question. How many K-pop girl groups you know? I think I know quite a few now. Let's see. Let's start, of course, with Blackpink. I know Blackpink, Twice, ITZY, Mamamoo, Red Velvet, G-Friend, Idol, Everglow. I do know 21, of course. I've not reacted to any 21 songs, but I know them. Like, they're the second gen girl group from YG, so I know them. aespa, that's 10. Not bad, huh? I know 10 groups at least. Any other group that I'm forgetting? No. Yeah, so these are the girl groups that I know. What are your top 5 favorite Blackpink songs? Oh my god, such a difficult question. Okay, let me try. My number 1 would be Stay. I think that every time I listen to Stay, it just warms my heart. So Stay, very underrated song. Second is Playing with Fire. I love that song. Third, oh my goodness, Lovesick Girls. Fourth, Kill This Love. Fifth, Oh my god, there's so many songs. I think Duru Duru. Duru Duru, I would. These are my top five. These are my top five Blackpink songs. But I love all the songs. These are very difficult question, guys. Wow, this question I really love. What particular BTS MV will you watch with BTS and why? So if I have to watch any BTS MV with BTS, I think I would watch I Need You, because of course it's part of the storyline, and I think there's so much to unravel and talk, because all the armies come up with their theories that okay, this is how the storyline is going, this and this. So I would love to watch this MV with them and talk about everybody's individual storyline and overall the Bangtan universe. So I think that'll be a very interesting conversation. Okay, this is from a regular viewer and I absolutely loved all the questions that she posed. Now this is really something very interesting. She has given 5 options to me. Now it is save one, drop one. I think this is one of the most difficult questions. So the first option, so I have to save one song and drop one song. So which one I'm gonna save? Number 1, Fake Love or Black Swan. Are you trying to kill me or what? Huh? मतलब क्या है ये? Oh my god, but I think I'll drop Black Swan. So I don't want to. But yes, if between Fake Love and Black Swan, I think Fake Love. Save Fake Love and drop Black Swan. Blood, Sweat and Tears or Louder Than Bombs. It's an easy pick for me because I love Louder Than Bombs more than Blood, Sweat and Tears. So save Louder Than Bombs and drop Blood, Sweat and Tears. Third, Boy With Love or Boy In Love. Oh my god, I love both the songs. Probably I'll save Boy In Love and I'll drop Boy With Love because I don't know, I have this insane affinity towards their older songs. Blue and Grey or Dynamite. Are you what, trying to kill me or what? Oh my goodness. But both the songs have such different vibes. Like one song is so slow and soothing and Dynamite is just like but with my personal preference, I think I would save Blue and Grey and drop Dynamite. Last option, Life Goes On or Spring Day. Spring Day, hands down. I mean, it makes me cry every time I listen to it. It just makes me cry. So save Spring Day and drop Life Goes On. What are your top 5 K-pop songs? Alright, this is very interesting. So this is not in any particular order. This is like my top 5 pick if I have to pick 5 K-pop songs. Number 1 would be Fake Love, of course. Of course. Guys, Fake Love is like the ultimate winner here. Oh, okay? So if anybody wants to ask me any song related questions of BTS, Fake Love is the winner. So it would be Fake Love. I will choose Inception by 80s. And the third pick would be, I think I'll choose Stay by Blackpink. Oh my goodness. Egotistic by Mamamoo. And oh my god. Guys, these are very difficult questions because the K-pop, so many songs are so beautiful. And I will choose It, Era Murugetta. I love it, Era Murugetta by Big Bang. These are my top 5 picks. Next question. This is a very interesting question, so I wanted to take this up. What do you dislike about K-pop? I think what I really dislike about K-pop is the diet culture, and like you have to be a certain weight and shape and size to be. I understand that the companies want them to be extremely aesthetically looking and stuff like that, but I don't agree with it personally because starving yourself, going on insane diets and to look a certain way, and then also it's not enough and people still body shame you. So I think I really do not like that aspect of K-pop. Another question which a lot of you asked me was where I'm from. So I was born in Kolkata. I'm a Bengali, but I was just born there, but I grew up mostly in Delhi and Mumbai, and currently I live in Mumbai. Jackson Wang or Kim Namjoon? Oh no! Oh no! My boy Jackson, you're pitting him against my boy Namjoon. And imagine my luck, Namjoon's photo card is just in front of me. Kim Namjoon, I choose Kim Namjoon. Oh. I'm sorry, Jackson. I'm sorry, Jackson. I love you, but Yeah. What would you prefer, a collection of K-pop albums or make a BTS journal book? I think I would prefer a collection of K-pop albums because I love so many groups, so I would want to own, different groups' albums. I think BTS should do more animal print stuff, in their photo shoots. They look so beautiful in animal print. Not to mention hot, but yeah. Next question, what's your favorite food? I actually love all kinds of food. I'm a big foodie. I love eating. Though if I have to eat like something what I really crave for, I would say grilled chicken is something that I really love. What is your favorite BTS choreography? So many. Oh my goodness. I think I would have to go with DNA. I absolutely love that choreo. Everything about that song is beautiful. Followed by On, Kinetic Manifesto film. But yes, I think I'll put DNA at a higher pedestal. Can you speak something in Bengali? Of course, why not? Okay. আমি অনেক ধন্যবাদ জানাতে চাই আপনার সবাইকে আমার চ্যানেলকে সাবস্ক্রাইব করার জন্য, আমার চ্যানেলের ভিডিওকে পছন্দ করার জন্য। আপনারাই আমাকে মোটিভেশন দেয় কি আমি অনেক ভিডিওস বানাই আপনাদের জন্য। সো ইয়েস, ধন্যবাদ। Okay, this is a very interesting question, though I don't know the answer to this myself, but I wanted to take this question up. Why 80s was not popular in India? Now I think 80s is gaining popularity slowly, and I think 80s is gonna get there. 80s is gonna get there. They're on the right path. Their songs are beautiful. They are so talented, and it will take, of course, some time for them to get recognized worldwide in a larger scale. But I think they will get there because honestly, if you have watched my 80s reactions, so many times I have said that they're going to dominate. They're the next big thing, and they really are the next big thing. From all my heart, I wish them all the best. So I think they are gaining slowly popularity in India because K-pop is so new to all of us in India, and it largely happened because of BTS. So I think because of BTS, people are at least listening to K-pop, and now they are, if they're interested, they're listening to other groups. I am sure 80s will have in future a big fan base, not only in India, but I think worldwide. Would you go to a BTS concert if they come to India? Absolutely, no question. I will absolutely go wherever they are, arriving in India. I'll book a ticket and I'll go. I'll plan it out properly because they announce the dates beforehand. So I'll plan my expenses properly, but I definitely want to go. Even if I get like the farthest seat also in the stadium, I don't mind, but I'll go because I want to listen to them live. I want to feel the energy of that, being in that concert, and that'll give me an excuse to finally buy an army bomb. This is a very nice, cute question. My question is, why you call Jungkook as your brother? I don't know how it started, man. I think eventually when I started seeing the videos, this was some sort of an instinct or a natural instinct that whenever I watched Jungkook, I sort of felt like a little bit protective of him. And I just felt like, oh my god, this is, if I had a brother, if I had like a real brother, I don't have siblings by the way, so if I had a brother, it would be, I would want somebody like Jungkook. It was just a very natural vibe while just watching the BTS MVs. So I think it really happened automatically, and when it started, I just considered him as my brother, and rest is all history. Okay, another BTS question. What will you do if you got a day out with Namjoon Oppa? Listen. Don't put such thoughts in my mind, please, I won't be able to sleep. But okay, if I actually have a day out, like if I get to spend a day out with Namjoon, firstly I would want to choose a place which is a little bit, I don't know, not very famous, like a really nice place but very underrated. A small tiny cafe maybe, where you can just, it should have probably a library of books. A lot of book cafes are there. I would want to go out with him on that place, and I just want to have probably a conversation with him about life, because he seems like a very philosophical person, and I would want to know his perspective on life and just talk about general stuff. I don't want to talk about I will not talk about his career or his, his journey as a musician and whatever. I just want to talk in general about, how he feels and what are his. I'll also ask him what are your hobbies and stuff like that. Very generic questions, and I would really want to talk, stuff about life, because I think he thinks in that direction, and I'm also sort of like a dreamer. So I think that conversation will go really well. What do you like to do when you're having a bad day? So when I'm having a bad day, I actually I don't like to do anything. That's the real deal. I really don't like to do anything. I just like to sort of be a little secluded, and probably just I'll put on my headphones and listen to some music, or I'll really not do anything. I mean, I'll not work. I'll just sit idle for some time if I'm having a bad day. So I think I will need some peace and quiet and just be idle and not do anything. So yeah, when I'm having a bad day, I actually don't do anything. What is my age? My god, so many of you asked this question, because I once mentioned that I'm elder to Jin, and yes, my age is 32. How did BTS change your life, and what is your definition or method of loving yourself? I think the fact that I got into K-pop, started a different channel, it is because of my love for the BTS songs. And for me, their lyrics are always a standout, and the message that they gave about loving yourself. I think for me, what impacted me the most is when I watched Namjoon's UN speech. Of course, I didn't react to it. I watched it on my own, and that made me realize that these young boys, they're literally changing the world. They are such an influential bunch that what they say have so much weight that they got a chance to speak in United Nations. I think that was a big deal. And they themselves have said that they have their insecurities, they have their doubts, which they pour into their music. You know that after achieving so much, also they have their own demons. So it's a constant work in progress for me. I think for a very long time, I really did not pay attention to myself, because there was one more question where somebody asked that how do you keep yourself fit. I honestly didn't even bother keeping myself fit, because I was not paying attention to myself, and I was just doing things as a daily routine, and life was just passing by. It's been, I think in the last year and a half that I really started to work on myself, my health, my priorities, and this was before, of course, I started listening to K-pop. But I had sort of prioritized in my head that I need to pay attention to myself also, and it's not a selfish thing to do. That's what I want to tell you guys, that if you are if you're putting your needs at first, it's not a selfish thing to do, because if you are not feeling happy and contented, you cannot make the world happy. So I think after I listened to that UN speech, what I was thinking, I just felt that in my body, that yes, this is what I wanted. This is what I wanted to do with my life. This is I had to prioritize myself. So I think that that speech gave me a lot of reaffirmation. What was Jimin thinking, taking such a close-up shot? What was he thinking? To kill all of us? Except YouTube, what is your profession? A lot of you asked me my profession. So I hope one day I can do this YouTube thing as a full-time job. I hope I can one day say that this is my profession. But other than that, I belong to the retail sector. What is your life motto? I don't have a motto as such that, I wake up and I think that, okay, this is my life motto, so I have to live this day this way. But I think you have to just understand what makes you happy, like really happy, because आप अपने आप से झूठ नहीं बोल सकते. You can't lie to yourself. So understand what makes you happy, and then do that and be happy, because that is what is important. You've got this life, so just try and be happy. If you ever meet any of your favorite K-pop idol, what would be the first thing that you'll say to them? I think the first thing that I'll say to them if I ever meet them is thank you, because their music has brought me happiness. So they have created something out of their own hard work, and that has made me happy. So the first thing that I will say that, thank you for the music that you make for your fans. How and why did you think of making YouTube videos? So this was in the back of my mind since 2019, actually, in the beginning of 2019. Something which is, I never thought of course, going into K-pop, but when I wanted to start my channel, I really wanted to, get into to react to entertainment related content and share my thoughts and movie reviews, series reviews, because I consume a lot of content. I watch a lot of content every day, every single day, and now of course after starting the channel more than ever, but initially also I used to watch, and I have so many thoughts to share, because when I see a movie or something or a series, I look at so many aspects. It's just not the acting. So I wanted to start a channel, since this was there in the back of my mind since 2019, and finally in 2020, because there was lockdown and everybody was working at home, I had a lot of free time in my hand. So then I finally put my thought into action. What are your future plans? So my future plan, immediate future plan, is that I want to make this YouTube thing like a full-time profession. I hope that happens. Do you have a bias record yet in BTS? No, I don't have a bias record yet in BTS. I have not been wrecked. Namjoon's hold is too strong, guys. Namjoon's hold is too strong. Though I think, you know what, honestly, when I'd watched Daechwita and when I'd reacted to August D, in these two cases, Yoongi was this close to wreck me, but I held my ground and I was like, I'm not gonna let you wreck me. But yes, I think if I would have let my guard down, I think Yoongi would have wrecked me for sure. If you ever go to South Korea, what will you do? I will of course go to all the touristy places, and I have found out that BTS has their own pop-up shop there. I would love to visit that, and I definitely will do a lot of shopping, because I know in South Korea the fashion thing is really big, and I'm gonna buy a bunch of skincare products, because South Korean skincare is amazing. They have amazing formulations, they have amazing stuff, really high quality products. So I'll do a lot of skincare shopping from there. I always watch your two YouTube channels side by side. What makes you being confident on camera and speak so flawless? Please share your tips. I really don't have tips. If you see my very first videos, I am not that confident on camera, because I really did not know how to talk in front of camera. I know how to talk because, like I told you, I am an MBA in marketing. In marketing, you are required to talk. So the talking thing came from there only. I always was talkative, but by nature I'm extremely introvert. But I never knew the techniques of speaking in front of camera, because when I first shot a video, it felt really weird, because I'm sitting here alone, I'm literally talking to a camera. But I changed my perspective, and then I started thinking that no, somebody is sitting in front of me, all of you are sitting in front of me, this is not a camera, these are real people that I'm talking to. So when I thought that, I think my tone, the way I'm speaking, the way I look into the camera, that all changed. So I think my tip would be to not see that you are talking or you're shooting a video. You should probably think that you're having a conversation with the people, and that'll make the flow more natural. Do you like fast upbeat songs or slow peaceful songs more? My first preference would be the slow or the medium tempo peaceful songs, but yes, it's not like I don't like upbeat songs, but yes, my first preference goes to, like, my ear first pops out when I listen to a slower song. What are your top 5 BTS songs? Oh my goodness, very difficult. I love so many BTS songs, but okay, top 5 in no particular order. Fake Love, it's always gonna be there. Fake Love, Black Swan, I would choose Magic Shop. I love that song so much. Oh my god. Guys, ARMY's top 5 is very difficult. But yes, Fake Love and Black Swan, Magic Shop, Louder Than Bombs, and oh my god, 4 I've already. There's so many other songs I want to tell. Oh my goodness. Guys, this is really difficult. Really difficult. I can't choose. Okay, let me see. Can I choose 6 songs? You've asked me 5, but okay, fine, I'll choose 6. Okay, this is not BTS song. I can't choose solo artist, na? Otherwise, I would have chosen Serendipity. But okay, fine. Then leave Serendipity. Then I would choose. Oh no! I would choose Spring Day. Okay, Didi, can you tell us your bias and bias record in all the groups that you have reacted to? So in BTS, my bias, I'll tell not all. I don't have a bias in every group, but whatever groups I have, I'll tell you. So my bias in BTS is Kim Namjoon, and I don't have a bias record yet, which is so surprising. My bias in Blackpink is Lisa, and I have been wrecked by Jennie couple of times. So my bias record in Blackpink is Jennie, and my bias is Lisa. Then 80s, oh my god, so difficult to choose a bias, but I think I have a lot of affinity towards Hongjoong, but San keeps wrecking me. I think San keeps wrecking me, but I don't know. I always go back to Hongjoong, but San and even this naughty boy Yosung, these two naughty boys keep wrecking me. GOT7, yes, my boy Jackson. Jackson, my boy, is my bias. I don't have a bias record yet in GOT7, but Jackson is my bias there. EXO, I love Kai. Kai is my bias, and my bias record is Sehun and Baekhyun. Mamamoo, my bias is Hwasa, but I have been wrecked by Solar in Egotistic. Big Bang, my bias is Taeyang, and G-Dragon is my bias record. Tomorrow by Together, I like Subin. Subin is my bias, and Yeonjun is definitely my bias record there. I swear it should be illegal to look like this, man. Look at Seokjin. I swear this dude is just ultra level of handsome. He's too handsome. He's too handsome. If you ever get a chance to spend one whole day with BTS, what activities will you do? Firstly, I'll ask all of them to bring their pets, because I want to play with their pets. First, I think I'll spend half the day playing with their pets only, and they'll be like, "Kya pagal ho gayi hai kya ladki?" Other than that, I would love to cook some Indian food for them. I would love to feed them some Indian food, whatever they prefer. I think they like chicken a lot, so I'll cook chicken for them. I also want to play the arcade games with them. There was this one Run BTS episode where I saw that they were playing all arcade games. Sometimes they were playing basketball, sometimes there was this room where all the arcade games were there. So I want to do that with them. Which K-pop group are you obsessed with right now? I think I'm obsessed with 2 groups right now. One is 80s and another one is ONEUS. Okay, what's my earning in YouTube? Honestly, almost of 90% of my videos have copyright claims because they are songs. So I really don't have the intention when I'm posting that video that I'll earn something from this video, because I know it's gonna get a copyright claim. So it is more of my interest in K-pop that I've started making these videos. In my other channel though, I've started earning a bit from my review videos. What would you choose? Going to a BTS fan sign or a BTS concert? Very difficult question, but I think I would prefer going to a BTS concert because I want to watch. I'm in it for the music. I love their music. I want to watch them perform. I think that is going to give me a different kind of energy and different kind of high and happiness when I watch them live sing and dance to their songs that I so love. If you ever get a chance to a BTS fan sign, what will you tell them, especially June? Oh my god, I don't know, man. I don't know, but I'll definitely tell Jungkook that I consider him as my little baby brother, and I'll give him the Rakhi. Actually, I'll explain him that this is something that the sister ties and to their brothers, and this is what the tradition is. That I'll definitely, that interaction is gonna happen with Jungkook for sure. I would, with June, I'm just gonna tell him that, of course, that you are my bias in BTS, and it's because of the way you are. So never change the way you are, because that's what makes you so special. And I'll definitely ask for a nice book recommendation from June, because I told you before that reading is one of my hobbies. With Taeyang, I will actually tell him that whenever you are done with all this hustle bustle and the famous music life and all, I will definitely tell him that he should either pursue photography or pursue a career in fashion. late future. Seokjin, I would tell him that, you know, he's a beautiful person inside out. He's just not worldwide handsome. He's worldwide, you know, worldwide genuine guy, and I would love for him if he pursues a career in acting in future. I want Hobie to open a dance school. I'll enroll in that. I tell Hobie, if you open up a dance school, I'll fly down there and I'll enroll for at least a summer course or something. So in future he should definitely, you know, look into that direction. And I will thank him for his beautiful smile, because his smile just brings so much happiness to me. To Yoongi, I'll say that it's because of you that I love rap now. I never listened to rap particularly, but when I listen to Yoongi rap or any of these rappers, but specifically I don't know, because I'm thinking of Daechwita and Agasti. But so when I watch him rap, when I see him rap, when I listen to him rap, I just fall in love with rap. And I never thought that I'll fall in love with rap. So I'm just gonna tell Yoongi to, you know, never stop rapping. And you know, with Jimin, I just want to hug him, and I'll just want to, you know, I would want to sort of comfort him and tell him that he's so loved. He's so loved by all of us, and never, you know, he should have 0.001 second of doubt that, you know, our blessings or my blessings or my best wishes or army's best wishes are not with him. We are always thinking of his goodwill, we are always thinking of his happiness. So because I know Jimin still faces certain insecurities within him, and I know the kind of hate he gets in the internet. So I'll just be like, I'm there for you. I'll just say that I'm there for you. So yes, that was the Q&A. I think I hope I've taken everybody's questions, and I know this video has become very long, but I hope you have, you know, stuck with me till the end and I've enjoyed this Q&A with me. I loved, you know, answering your questions, and I just want to say a big thank you to all of you for, you know, being on this journey with me. I love listening to K-pop. It's because of you that I've gotten into K-pop so deeply. Every day I listen to K-pop. You know, it's not even a single day has gone since I've started reacting to K-pop that I've not listened to a K-pop song. So it's all because of you guys, and your support and love only motivates me more to do better and better in future. And like I said, I hope I can make this a full-time thing, and with all your blessings, hopefully I will be able to. So yes, that was it from me, guys, and before I sign off, I will actually show you how the poster looks on that wall. So that's how the poster is looking, huh guys? Hope it's visible. I'm so happy I finally put the poster. Yeah, so that's it. I hope it's looking nice, huh, armies? So yes, that was it, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please do subscribe to the channel if you're a K-pop lover. And yes, let's hope we reach 3K soon. Alright guys, I'll see you on my next video. Bye-bye.